Hello, it's Lesley Fightmaster, and welcome to day 10. This class will focus on shoulders and abs. So, if you are joining us for the 90-day program, welcome back. And if you are joining us just today, welcome today. Sitting up nice and tall, we'll just start to come into our Ujjayi Pranayama, the breath in and out through the nose, and beginning to bring ourselves to the present moment. And then bring your hands together, palms touch in front of your heart, and I invite you to set an intention for your practice. All intentions are always welcome. It's just a way for us to connect in. And we'll hold that intention during our practice today. As always, if you want to rest, if you're feeling like you need a break, always take it, push the pause button. Roll onto your back and draw your knees into your chest and just rock gently from side to side. Just give your low back a nice little massage. And then we'll reach for the outsides of the feet, the pinky toe sides for happy baby. In happy baby pose, draw your tailbone down toward the floor to lengthen out your spine. Continue steady breath in and out through the nose. And then extend your right leg out to the side and just stretch out your inner thigh and your outer hip. Now, if you can't hold on to your foot, no worries, just hold on to your leg anywhere you can. And the left leg out, so you can hold on to your leg or you can keep the toe. And just extend the leg out any amount, just as far as you can comfortably. Continuing your steady breath. Inhale, come back to center. And then take the soles of the feet together and let your knees stay open. So this is like Baddha Konasana, like bound angle pose, but you're on your back. So again, it's opening up the outer hips a little bit, the inner thighs. If you can bring your knees a little bit forward away from your torso, that'll intensify your stretch. And then we'll extend both legs up toward the ceiling and bring your hands by your sides or maybe underneath your hips. So any back issues at all, please keep your hands under your hips to protect your back. Inhale here. As you exhale, take your legs down just about a quarter of the way toward the floor and just hold there. Keep breathing, but draw your belly button toward your spine gently. Inhale the legs through center. Take a breath and then exhale the legs down about a third of the way, maybe a little bit further. Extend through the balls of your feet. Continue to draw your belly in as you breathe. And any discomfort in your lower back, put your hands there. Inhale, legs to center. You can bend the knees as well. You don't have to keep them straight. And then exhale, again, about a third of the way down. Now, I don't know if you can notice, it's pretty cold this morning, and you can see my breath because inhale the legs back to center because it was very chilly. And again, exhale now about halfway down. Oh no, about a third, still about a third. Squeeze the legs, and then now we're going to drop it down again so that you'll be about halfway to 3/4 of the way down, and hold there. And even if you didn't need your hands under your hips before, inhale the legs up. You might need them as you go lower. Hug your knees into your chest. And extend the legs up again. Exhale about a third of the way down. Keep breathing here. Drawing the belly in any amount. Inhale the legs back to center. Knees can be bent or straight. Exhale about a third of the way down. And just holding as you continue to breathe and keep the belly muscles lifted. If you want to work harder, you can reach your arms in line with your ears, and that'll intensify it. Inhale, legs back to center. Exhale again, about a third of the way down. So as this gets a little more difficult, continue your steady breath. It helps. Inhale, legs to center. And then exhale again, about a third of the way down. Drawing the balls of the feet forward and then lower about another third. So you're about 3/4 of the way down, halfway to 3/4, and we'll hold here breathing. Again, you can take your arms in line with your ears. Inhale, legs to center, and exhale, hug your knees into your chest. Just take a rest for a moment, and then roll off to your right side and press yourself back up to seated. Make your way onto your hands and your knees in table position. Inhale, bring your chest forward and lift your chin and tailbone up. As you exhale, round your back, draw your ribs and your belly in and up. And again, inhale, bring your chest forward, lightly draw your shoulder blades towards your waist. Exhale, press away from the floor, drawing the lower belly in and up. Inhale, coming into your cow pose, lifting the chin, lifting the tailbone. Then exhale, chin toward chest and tucking the tail. And inhale again, forward. Nice arch in the back, and exhale, rounding the back for some strength. Then extend your right leg straight back behind you and your left arm forward. Take an inhale. Drop your outer right hip down as you hold here and continue to pull your ribs and belly in so you don't overarch in your lower back. And it's releasing there. And then the left leg back from the inner thigh, let the outer hip drop, right arm forward, and really extend through the opposite arm and leg so that you can feel the energy reaching through from your foot all the way to your fingertips. Keep lifting the belly and ribs and release it there. And then right leg back again, lifting from the inner thigh, left arm forward, outer right hip drops down. On the exhale, draw your knee in, draw your elbow in, and round your back. As you inhale, extend everything out. As you exhale, draw it all in, lifting the belly strongly. Inhale to extend. Exhale, rounding your back. Inhale, reach everything out. And exhale, bring it all in like you're moving through water. Make your own resistance. Inhale, extend. And exhale, release back into table. And we'll do the other side. Left leg back and right arm forward. Inhale, stretching out. Exhale, draw the knee in, draw the elbow in, round the back. Inhale to extend. Exhale, bring your chin in, round your back. Pull the belly. Inhale, stretching out. And exhale, draw everything in towards center. Inhale and reach. And exhale, move it all in like you're moving through water. Inhale, reach out. Exhale, release back into table. And now bring your right arm underneath your left arm and take your left hand to your low back or reach around to hook it on top of your right thigh. And then pull your left hip back. So we're rolling the top shoulder back, widening the collarbones and bringing the shoulder blades toward each other. It's a little twist as well as warming up the shoulders. And then come back to center. And left arm under right, coming onto the left shoulder. Bring your right hand behind your back. Maybe hook it onto the thigh or just rest it on the low back. And you can also hold your clothing. But roll your top shoulder back, bringing the shoulder blades closer toward each other and expanding through the chest. Pulling your right hip back gently. Inhale, come back to center. Walk your hands forward a bit. Exhale, downward facing dog. Arms, shoulders, distance, feet, hips width. And then just bending one knee and the other as you stretch out in your first down dog. Spread out your fingers nice and wide and press down into the base of the fingers as you lift up through the forearms. You're pressing the weight up toward the hips and bringing it down toward the heels. Come way up onto your toes, bend the knees, and then reach your heels toward the floor, keeping as much length in the spine as you can. Arms and ears in line, and the belly is drawing in strongly. On your inhale, make your way into plank pose. Just the top of a push-up. So you're pressing away from the floor, kind of similar to the way you do when you're taking cat pose, except the back won't round as much. Hug your elbows in and lower slowly all the way down. And as you inhale, come into Sphinx pose. Put your forearms down, elbows right under the shoulders, and start to pull your elbows back towards your feet so that your chest can just yawn right forward and widen, widen, widen. Keep reaching tailbone to heels, and then hands by your sides for cobra, peeling the chest up. Lift up into plank and then down dog, or you can just make your way right to down dog. And take a couple of breaths. If you can straighten your legs here, firm your quadriceps. Look up to the hands, step or float the feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale and fold, and crown of the head reaching down. On your inhale, root down, reach all the way up. Exhale, bring your hands to the heart. Inhale the arms up. And feet about hips width apart here. Make sure your ribs don't pop out. As you reach your arms up, allow your shoulder blades to draw down lightly so that your shoulders aren't bunched up around the ears. Exhale, fold forward with a nice long spine. Inhale, come halfway up, hands to shins or fingertips to the floor. Exhale, folding forward, hips over the heels. Inhale, press for the feet, reach all the way up, look up to lengthen. And exhale, holding here, spin your triceps in toward each other and bring the hands down. Again, inhale, reaching up. Spin the triceps forward. Exhale, hinge from your hips, fold and reach the crown of the head. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, step back into plank and lower chaturanga. Shoulders no lower than elbows, please. Inhale, upward dog or cobra. If you're in up dog, thighs and knees off the floor. Exhale, lift the hips and stretch back into downward facing dog. And again, arms are shoulder distance, feet are hips width. Reaching the heels toward the floor, though they never have to touch. And looking forward, step or hop your feet. Inhale to lengthen and exhale to fold. Inhale, press for the feet, reach all the way up and lengthen. Exhale, Samastitihi. Inhale, circle the arms up. Exhale, hinge from your hips and folds. Inhale, look up to lengthen. Exhale, step or float back, chaturanga. So if you jump back, land with your elbows bent in chaturanga. Inhale, upward dog or cobra, your choice. Exhale, roll over the toes into downward facing dog. Come back to your steady breath and take a moment here to come back to your intention. Look up, step or hop the feet. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale, folding forward on the inhale, reach all the way up. Exhale, Samastitihi. Inhale again, sweep the arms up. Exhale and fold in. Inhale, look up, lengthen. Exhale, step or float back into chaturanga. Keep the legs nice and active. Inhale, press through your hands and feet, open the whole front of your body. Exhale, downward facing dog. Steady breath again, lifting the belly, lifting the ribs in and up. Keep pressing down into the base of the fingers and lifting the forearms away. Look to the hands, step or hop your feet forward. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale to fold. Inhale, press down, reaching all the way up, lengthen. Exhale to Samastitihi. Inhale, bend the knees, Utkatasana, chair pose. Exhale and fold forward to Uttanasana. Inhale, lengthen, look up. Exhale, step or float back into Chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up, nice long breath. Exhale, downward facing dog. Right leg back and up, inhale, bend the knee, open up the hip. Just take a nice stretch in the hip. Just lifting it, moving it a bit, and now square off the hips so that the outer right hip drops down. And then as you exhale, step your foot lightly forward next to your right hand into a lunge with your fingertips on the floor. Make sure your right knee is over the ankle, and then come on up to high lunge on your inhale. Bend your back knee, drop your tailbone down, and then keep that as you pull the right hip back and lengthen through the back leg. Try to keep your front ribs drawing in and up as you stretch up through the arms, and spin your triceps forward almost as if your palms are facing the back of the mat a little bit. Exhale, bring your hands back down and Chaturanga. Inhale, press into up dog, and exhale, make your way back into down dog. Left leg floats up, inhale, exhale, and just opening up your hip. So you can bend the knee here, you can keep it straight. And then we'll square off the hips. Keep your hips nice and level so we can feel the difference. As you exhale, step it up, stay on the ball of your back foot and come on up into high lunge. So reaching up, bend the back knee, drop the tailbone down, pull your left hip back, get some length in your lower back. The lower back arches, that's what it does, it's meant to. We just don't want to overarch it because that's not good for it. And if our hip flexor's tight, our low back is certainly going to overarch more, and then it could actually hurt it. As you exhale, bring the hands down, Chaturanga. Inhale, shoulders right over the wrists in upward facing dog, and exhale, downward facing dog. And stretching back. Right leg back and up, inhale. Exhale, step it through. Line up your front heel and back arch, and inhale, coming up into Warrior Two. Virabhadrasana 2, and then lean forward. Take your right forearm to the right thigh. You can keep it there, or right hand to the pinky toe side of the foot. Inhale and reach the arm, and then we're going to circle the arm on the exhale. Inhale, reach it up, and exhale, circle it around. Inhale, stretch it through the ear. Exhale, circle around. Inhale and reach, palm facing down. Exhale, big circle. Inhale, stretch it over. And on your next inhale, come up into Warrior Two. Exhale and step back, Chaturanga. Inhale, pressing up. Exhale, and downward facing dog. Left leg up, inhale. Exhale, step it through between the hands and spin the back heel flat. Come up into Warrior Two. Front heel in line with the back arch, and then lean forward, left forearm to left thigh, or you can take the hand down to the floor. You can take pinky toe side or big toe side. Exhale, circle the arm around. Reach it through, inhale. Exhale, circle it around. Inhale. Exhale, make a nice big circle. Inhale, stretch it out. Exhale, circle around. Inhale to reach. Exhale to circle. Inhale here. Press down into your front heel. Come up into Warrior Two. Exhale, bring the hands down to the mat and lower through Chaturanga. Inhale into Up Dog or Cobra. Exhale, back into Downward Facing Dog. Don't forget, if you want to take a break, you can always take the knees down, push the pause button. Be sure to take care of your body. You can also skip the vinyasas. You don't have to take plank to Chaturanga to up dog to down dog. You can skip it. Right leg up, inhale. Exhale, step it through between the hands, back foot flat, come back to Warrior Two. Make sure your knee's over the ankle and then heel to arch. So I'm going to walk my back foot in for Trikonasana, arms to a T, shift the hips back, and taking your right hand down wherever it lands, so the shin or the floor or the foot, and reach up through the left fingertips. Line up your shoulders with each other. Lean your torso over your thigh as your front hip moves underneath you. Exhale, reach your left arm forward to stretch out the side of your body. Keep pressing weight into the base of the big toe of the left foot. Then take your left arm behind your back, let it rest there, or reach around and hook it onto your thigh. Roll your left shoulder back, expanding through the chest, bringing the shoulder blades toward each other, still warming up the shoulder. We're going to need nice warm shoulders for when we get to our handstands. Look down at the front foot and release. Bring the hands down, chaturanga, or skip it. Inhale, press through your hands and feet, and exhale, downward facing dog. Left leg up, inhale, exhale, step it through. Back foot flat, come to warrior two for a moment. Make sure you're lined up front heel and back arch. And then triangle pose, you can walk the back foot in if you like. Shift the hips back as you lean forward, getting nice and long. Left hand down, anywhere it lands. Right arm up, shoulders are in line with each other. So you can play around with whether you like a longer stance for triangle pose or if you like a shorter stance. The longer stance can be nice. You get a nice big stretch, but it can sometimes feel wobbly and unstable. As you exhale, reach your right arm forward in line with your ear. Stretch out the side of your body. And then release that arm down. Take it behind your back, resting at the low back, or you can reach around and hook it onto the thigh, continuing to roll your top shoulder back. And you're drawing the front hip underneath you and pressing into the base of the big toe of the left foot. There's our roommate. And then take the hands down, chaturanga. Inhale to press up. And exhale, make your way back into down dog. And from here, we'll walk the hands back to the feet, taking the big toes. Inhale, lengthen, and exhale, folding in. Reach the crown of your head down toward the mat. And allow your shoulders to just lift up lightly away from your ears. We really need to do something about that squeaky door. And then walk the hands back forward as we come back into downward facing dog. Right leg floats back and up as you inhale. Exhale, step it up by the right hand. Stay on the ball of your back foot, pull your right hip back and come up again into high lunge. So find that nice long spine, draw the front ribs in, draw the belly in. Reach up through arrow straight arms and spin your triceps forward. And then bend your right elbow, take your right hand toward the upper back, left hand on top of the right elbow, or you can swing it around and clasp hands, or you could hold onto your shirt. Either way, roll your left shoulder back. Point your right elbow straight up to the sky and spin your tricep in towards your face. So again, still getting some nice open shoulders. Reach the arms up, inhale, and exhale through chaturanga. Inhaling up, and exhale back. Left leg floats up, inhale. Exhale, lightly step it up on the ball of the back foot. Come on up into high lunge. Again, find the length in the low back as you pull your left hip back. Draw your front ribs in, lift your back ribs up. And then bend your left elbow. Take your right hand on top of the left elbow. You can stay right with that, or bring your right hand behind your back and interlace your fingers or hold on to your shirt, or if you have a towel, you can use a towel. And then rolling your right shoulder back, spin your left tricep in towards your face. As you continue to widen across the chest, open up the shoulders. Steady breathing. And then inhale, the arms reach. Exhale, take them down. And chaturanga, or skip it, go to down dog. Inhale, up dog or cobra. Exhale, back into down dog. And then make your way into plank as you inhale. Pressing up between the shoulders and the upper back. Lift the backs of the knees up toward the ceiling and reach your tailbone towards your heels. You can take the knees down for more support if you like. We're going to roll to the pinky toe side of the right foot, lift the left arm up. You can take the right knee down for more support. Shoulders are in line and looking up toward the top hand if that's okay. Try to stack your hips right on top of each other. Your right inner elbow faces to the front of the mat a little bit. Make your way back into plank. And just pausing there with the knees up or down. Crown of the head reaching forward. Heels reaching back. And then we'll roll to the left side. You can take the bottom knee down for more support if you like. And then again, try to bring your hips right on top of each other as you reach the tailbone toward the heels. Shoulders are in line with each other. Pull your ribs and your belly in. Come back to plank pose and lower through chaturanga. Inhaling up. Exhale back. Back to your steady breath. And look to the hands. Bend the knees. Step or hop your feet. Inhale, lengthen. And exhale to fold. Root down. Reach up on the inhale. Exhale. Samastitihi. A little bit of balancing. So I'm going to take tree pose with the right foot up anywhere above or below the knee. Find a spot to focus on to help with your balance. Hands at heart center. When you're ready to add the arms, you can reach them up. Spinning the triceps forward. Try and squeeze your left hip in as you drop your right hip down. And that'll help to keep your hips level. Now we're going to point the knee to the front, extend the leg straight out in front of you. Continue to drop the right hip down and squeeze the left hip in, spinning the triceps toward each other. Then swing the leg back. Now lift it from the inner thigh as soon as it starts going back behind you. Drop the outer right hip down, hands to heart center for a little warrior 3. Keep the chest lifted. You can add the arms, reach them forward if you like, or not. It's a little bit more difficult. Then bring your hands to the floor. Keep that leg lifted, perhaps holding on to the left ankle with the left hand and pulling the chest down, or not. As you lift through your right leg, continue to lift it from the inner thigh and let your outer right hip drop down. And very slowly now set your feet together. Inhale, look up halfway. Exhale, bring your hands to hips, and inhale, come all the way back to standing. Right foot down, we'll pick up the left foot for tree pose. Find a spot to focus on, something that's not moving. It really helps with your balance. As you lift your left leg up, drop the outer hip down and squeeze the right hip in. Add your arms when you're ready. Still spinning the triceps forward as you extend up through your arrow straight arms. You're going to drop your shoulder blades or trapezius muscles around the neck. Just drop them away from the ears a little bit so you don't have any tension there. Draw your belly in. Now point the knee to the front of the mat and extend the leg out. Keep squeezing the right hip in. Stretch up through the arms. And then bring the hands to the heart. Begin to lean your torso forward as you lift your back leg from the inner thigh. Chest is lifted. And maybe arms in line with the ears, maybe not. Stretch through the back leg. And take the hands to the floor, keeping the leg lifted. Maybe walking the hands toward the standing leg and holding there, drawing your belly toward your thigh as you lift the left leg from the inner thigh. And then we'll slowly step the feet together. Inhale, lengthen the spine, and then exhale, hands to hips. Inhale, come all the way back up. And then take a turn. I'm using the wall, and I would encourage you to do the same. I'm going to play with some handstands, but first, we're just going to set up. So shoulders right over your wrists. Step one foot in. I like the right foot. Lift the left leg up as if it's already in a handstand, and then bend the right knee and just take a little hop. Just a very little hop. Keep your gaze forward as you take your little hop. Shoulders over the wrists. Just a little hop. Maybe you'll come up, maybe you won't. When you come down with as much control as you can. Keep the gaze forward, maybe a little hop up. So use the wall so that you can be supported unless you already practiced this without the wall. And then coming down as slowly as you can. We'll take a child's pose and rest. We're going to do the other leg as well. So when you're setting up for your handstand, spread your fingers out nice and wide. Turn your triceps back toward, in this case, toward the front of your mat, and your biceps toward the wall. And that'll help to keep the arms aligned properly. So again, shoulders over wrists. Lift now your right leg and bend your left knee and just a little hop. Don't even think about trying to come all the way up. Just bend the knee, give a little hop, and come down. And bend the knee, give a little hop, and come down. Bend the knee, shoulders over wrists, little hop, maybe all the way up, maybe not. And draw your belly in if you get up. Come on down with control, slowly as you can. Bend the knee, little hop, maybe coming up. So if you're up there, pull your ribs and belly in, squeeze your legs together. And keep squeezing the legs. And then making your way back down, we'll come into a child's pose. So if handstand makes you nervous, believe me, you're not alone. It is scary to go upside down if you're not used to it. So those little hops start to get your body used to going upside down. So stretch the wrist, take the backs of the hands together and just start to make some circles. And circle the hands up, backs of the hands, and then palms touch, and then backs of the hands, and then circle the hands down. Just to give you a nice wrist stretch. So I'm going to turn back around because I'm not going to use the wall anymore. And coming back into downward facing dog. Inhale to plank pose. And exhale chaturanga. Inhale to press up. Exhale back into downward dog. Look up and step or hop to seated. Lie all the way back. Feet hips width apart. I'm going to come in a bridge pose. Press into the heels, lift into bridge, roll the shoulders under. Spiral the thighs toward each other like you have a block between the thighs, and keep your chin away from your chest, breathing into your chest. And then we'll lower down and rest with the soles of the feet together and the knees apart. Take a moment here to come back to your intention. Now we'll set up again. Bridge pose, press down into the heels and lift up. Keep reaching your tailbone toward the backs of your knees and roll the shoulders under, interlacing the fingers. This time, bring your right knee in towards your chest and lift it up toward the sky. If that doesn't work for you, then just skip it. As you're pressing into the left heel, you're lifting through the right leg. Left knee into chest and lift it up. Keep pressing into the right heel. Lift your hips away from the floor and extend through the ball of your left foot. Release that down and roll yourself down, soles of the feet together and knees apart. Take a break. And then let's come back again. This time take wheel pose if you do. Hands up by the ears, elbows parallel. Come onto the crown of the head, line up your wrists right under your elbows and then straighten through the arms. Press your chest toward the back of your mat as you reach your tailbone toward the backs of your knees as if you're getting pulled in two different directions. Ears and arms in line. You can let your head hang. And then coming down, make sure that your toes don't turn out when you come into your back bends. Come on down and hug your knees into your chest. Rocking gently side to side. And then bringing both legs up toward the ceiling. Just going to lift the legs here for a few breaths. A couple of reasons. It's just nice to have the legs upside down. Now, if you want to take shoulder stand, you could add on to that. If not, just keep your legs up in the air and on your hips. Otherwise, you'll take the feet overhead and roll the shoulders under, and then bring your hands to the low back as you reach up. So it's important to watch this one first before you do it, in case you haven't done it before, because once you're in the pose, do not turn your head from side to side. Don't turn it at all. So take a look at it, decide if you're going to go up, and then if you are, you can press play again and go up. Take the feet toward the floor behind you and begin to roll yourself out slowly using the belly muscles. You can take your hands right under your hips as you roll all the way out to protect your back. So coming down still slowly, and then once you get all the way down, press onto the elbows and forearms and sit up, and then reach the crown of your head back. This is Matsyasana fish pose, breathing into your chest and breathing into your throat. And then we'll release that. Draw the knees in, rocking back and forth, and then up to seated. Extend the legs forward. Inhale, arms reach up. Exhale, hinge from the hips and fold forward. So if your belly touches your thighs, then you can reach forward a little bit more. A little bit of rounding in the back is okay. Otherwise, if your belly's not near your thighs, then keep your back straight as you can, which might mean that your arms are straight and maybe you're holding onto your legs. And it doesn't matter how deep you get into the stretch, just that you feel a stretch. Inhale, head up, exhale, release, lie onto your back. Hug your right knee into your chest. Exhale, take it over to the left side, twisting, look over the right shoulder. So we're winding it down. Even out your breath. Inhale, center, left knee in, right leg out, and then take the left leg over to the right side and twist. Looking over the left shoulder. Back to center, hug the knees into the chest. And we'll make our way into Shavasana. So extend the legs out, let your feet just flap open to the sides. Bring your arms away from your body a bit and let your palms face up. And close your eyes. And then just allow everything to relax. And as you're here resting, I have a quote from the book called Seven. How many days of the week can be extraordinary, reminding us to imagine seeing everything as if for the first time. Become a beginner again. We lose something wonderful when it becomes more important to us to be the one who knows than to be the one who's open to the everyday wonders around us. Those who think they know it all, have no way of finding out that they don't, wrote Leo Buscaglia. Fortunately, our sense of curiosity and wonder can be rekindled and refreshed. So our quote for our practice today: know nothing, appreciate everything. Start to make some movements in your hands and your feet. Reach your arms overhead for a nice long stretch. Bend your knees, roll to the right side. Take a moment to honor your intention for your practice. And then pressing yourself up to seated. Sit up nice and tall, cross at your shins, bring your palms together. And then hands to the forehead, reminding us to have clear and loving thoughts. Hands to the heart center to remind us to have clear and loving intentions. And hands to the mouth to remind us to have clear and loving communications. Let's send out this wonderful energy we created to all beings everywhere. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining today. I hope that you enjoyed the practice. If you did, will you please push the like button and share this with a friend? Tell your friends all about 90 days of yoga to create a healthy habit. Comment. I would love to read your comments. And if you can possibly afford to donate, there's a link below, and our donations really help us to keep our free yoga going. We love to do it, but it is a lot of work. I hope though that you enjoy it, and we really want to get as many people practicing yoga as we possibly can to create more peace in the world. So I hope you have a wonderful day. Enjoy each moment. See you tomorrow. Bye.